Let us know what you think about it. We were talking about the Wizards of the Coast ban on cards that they deemed racist.
Magic the Gathering cards.
Yeah, Magic the Gathering cards. Welcome along to the stream. There's Leia. If it's your first time watching and you do like what we're doing, please click follow. Don't click subscribe. I don't even know how to get the money out of it.
Shame.
Yeah, I know. And if you are really, really, really happy, pop along to the YouTube where all of the past adventures and stuff are, and click follow. No, it is subscribe over there.
Subscribe for free.
Yeah, subscribe for free over there. Because if you sub over there, then we can finally get an actual YouTube /
I mean, vanity
accidental
URL.
videos. Yeah, that'd be good. And Claire has a recap on last week's session. Please.
What's the session called? Oh, you do that after, right?
Yes, we'll do that
okay,
after.
cool. So last week's session was called A Friend in Need. And it was, the adventure begins 3 months after the events at Overlook. Aisha meets a drow woman wanting a message passed on to Damal saying it's important family business. Boulder bursts into the room just as Aisha returns to inform the party that Urbag, the group's bard, has been kidnapped and he needs our help before he is lost. Thanks to Boulder's help, the party is teleported to the bar Urbag frequented, where they proceed to investigate, finding nothing. They leave to follow the map Boulder had provided them and then follow the trail to a gentleman's club. Failing to gain entry, Aisha casts darkness and scares the occupants as Sasha breaks in through a side door that leads down to a basement, where through sheer dumb luck they find Urbag. Damal dispatches the torturer in one blistering attack. After a night's rest at the Silver Bucket, the party awakes to a knock on the door and summons to the Baron of Freeport and their close friend Bothan, captain of the city guard, who inform the party of a missing daughter Eleanor, who may be a daughter of Sunholm. The party heads towards Bandit's Rest under the cover of darkness to seek the girl, glory, and answers in the city Kalanor, the jewel of the dead. And on to Kevin.
Welcome to episode 2, and it is called Footprints in the Snow. We are rejoined by Thomas, who is playing the Paladin Paladin of Saloon, John. He will be introduced in the story shortly. Last week some of our players asked for some background information, so we'll have a little bit of a read of the things that they found out throughout the day before leaving the city of Freeport. And here we go. The day is spent purchasing supplies for the long road ahead. In addition, Sasha's trip to the Great Library of Irori yields some info about the city of Kalanor and its history. As a side note, John, who was in Freeport on his own business, will encounter Sasha just as she's leaving the library, and they will meet up, and then it is up to Sasha to bring John in on what everyone else is up to. So, Kalanor. This is what you find out. Thousands of years ago, the unified Elven kingdom was fractured. Disagreements led to war, fueled by ego and pride. 4 main splits occurred. One group, calling themselves the Sun Elves, formed the kingdom they called Virtue, and these elves currently comprise the more common elves of the area. Someone may have been to that city at a past adventure?
The only person left who went there was Rock.
Possibly. The next group, predominantly the magically inclined elves, so wizard spellcasters, they went westward and formed the city of Kalanor. The third group, consisting mainly of nobles and heroes, took their allies and went to the far north and established the city of Kormora. The final group, the Drow, or the Dark Elves, as Damal knows, went underground and built great secret city-states. So Kalanor. At some time in Kalanor's past, something decimated the elven population that lived there. To hang on to their people, they turned towards necromancy and other dark practices, closing themselves off to most of the world. As a result, a third of that city is made up of the dead, most in servitude to the powerful elvish necromancers that rule the city. Above ground where Kelnor is, so this is how it is structured, there's a huge imposing stronghold. But it is only 10% of the city. The rest of it is all underground. And to get in, you get in through one of 3 different underground passages by the stronghold, and they are called the Heads of Cerberus.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4.
Next, Damal also gathers some information on and backstory on Sunhome. Common knowledge, Sunhome is an area southeast of Freeport and consists mainly of hilly farmlands. Usually when people talk about it, they talk about the Sunhome Orphanage. A place where dangerous personalities seem to come from. 4 years ago, the orphanage burnt down mysteriously and scattered the remaining orphans who lived there. Most went on to become adventurers. Much later on, Rook rebuilt the orphanage and found someone new, a barbarian called Gar, to run it for new orphans, a group of children kidnapped and then rescued from the otherworldly plane of greed. So this is all previous adventure.
Cool.
And uncommon knowledge, which you get from mostly stories and rumors that you hear at the guild hall, and some tales from Rook himself. A lot of this also comes from previous adventures. 2 rules have been known to govern the true orphans of Sunhome. 1, both their parents are dead, and they don't start their destinies with given last names, instead earning them through deeds. So that's why Rook has only a first name, not last name. These orphans can either end up good or evil, with terrible consequences, as can be seen from an alternate timeline that some of the other adventurers in the party went through, and they saw what happened when they turned evil.
Fun.
I think it was Tommy's character.
Wait, what?
I resurrected Bishop Bridgebane.
Yeah, it was the
If he
campaign
didn't
from
die.
2 years ago.
Jack didn't die, Bishop didn't die. They became servants of the Dark One.
Oh.
Rook believes that people feared the orphans and tried to kill them by burning down the orphanage many years ago, but this instead scattered them around the world and just started everything rolling. Later on, an assassin group called Talos hunted and tried to kill the orphans to prevent the resurrection of the god Dahab the Sorrow Maker, again previous adventure, almost killing Rook twice and using Aaron, which was Diron's paladin character, to resurrect the dead god. They also found out that a true orphan of Sunhome is part of a greater essence. As such, they are drawn together to achieve some sort of unknown purpose. Normal beings die and move on, but the children of Sunhome face a looped curse. When all of them die, there is a cycle that begins after some time until their final purpose is successful or truly failed. 2,000 years ago, they were known as the Order of Bright Star. 5,000 years ago, the Crimson Lance, and who knows what before that. So this was found out in that same adventure, I think, when Shay's character came in.
Interesting.
Ola.
So do they go evil and then they die, they go good?
No, they can either be good or evil, but
Okay.
when they die, they get stuck and are not resurrected or reborn at all. They can't even be raised from the dead until all of them die.
Oh.
Then the cycle
then
begins
yeah.
at some point in
Do
time.
they get reborn into other bodies, or do they get like?
Well, no one
raised?
knows.
Oh,
No
Cool.
one knows whether they're still themselves or reborn.
that's cool.
Because of this, there are those who seek to use these children to gain the power of immortality, or so they believe, and like resurrect dead gods and stuff.
Yeah.
So far, the true children of Sunhome that are known to the group include Rook and all the other dead members: Jack, Bishop Bridgebane, Aaron, the champion of Timot, the halfling Olo, Philip Blackwolf, and the ghost werewolf Nahari Silverbane.
Ghost werewolf.
It's a ghost werewolf.
What?
Yeah.
They met a ghost werewolf. They see this is all in more interesting times. So I had fun digging up all the previous adventures and just noting down what happened.
Nice. Thank you.
There are of
It's a
course
stack of-
a few more out there.
Cool.
Okay?
Yeah. Do we know in total how many?
No.
Like, there's
The-
nothing
the-
about
the-
in the
the-
law
the
that
number
says
is-
the
Because
total.
the
The
number
number is
is unknown.
Yeah.
Because some had already left the orphanage at the moment it burnt down.
Yeah.
So we'll say for argument's sake, Rook, Jack, and Bishop were the last few to leave the orphanage, but like his character Aaron left a few years earlier,
Yep.
and his character left 100 years earlier or 200 years earlier. Then he was petrified in stone by Medusa, and then we found him like
Interesting.
somewhere.
That's cool.
Yeah, and his party was
Yeah,
all
that's
from
true.
Sunhome too.
Yes.
And all
So
your
no one
homies
else
were dead.
Yeah.
No
Yes.
one in our current party is.
No one in your current party is.
Because Rook's
Child.
scouting the fort.
Yes, as far as you know.
Oh,
shit.
damn.
Yes.
But remember the two
Yes.
rules.
But I think everyone has an orphan background of some sort.
Yes.
Nope. Mine
Oh,
don't.
nope.
Mine's not.
Nope.
Undefined.
Mine is.
Undefined.
Was I an orphan? Not
You're
really.
Well, whether you are or
You're
not
from a
doesn't,
different
doesn't
planet.
automatic because you never lived in
Well,
Sunhome.
yes.
No, it doesn't
Probably
matter.
unlikely
Yes.
that I
You
was
come
Come
raised
from
in
the
Sunhome.
astral sea.
You come from the astral sea. Okay.
Not Sunhome. Okay. Yep.
So everyone has done their shopping, their information gathering. You also learned that Bothan has arranged for a few horses to be left out in a glade of trees that you know,
Yes.
outside the city, shortly before you want to leave. So you can kind of sneak out and then you'll find your horses there. He does obviously advise you don't take your usual cart along because it is quite recognizable.
With
Oh,
all his
um,
banners over it.
And also, Tommy, I'm bolder.
Oh yes, this will be mentioned when he meets up with
Yeah,
you.
there you go.
Okay.
Cool.
Currently
The
looks
mouth
like
is
Bob.
missing, and you see this half-orc monk that you haven't formally been introduced to anyway, and he calls himself the Boulder.
Okay. Interesting.
Just want to welcome along to Shivnit to the stream. It's been a
Hey,
while.
Shiva.
You only want a drink?
I'll
I'm
make
okay,
myself
thank
a
Okay,
tea
thank you.
later. Thank you.
I wouldn't mind some water.
Okay.
That's cool.
Do you mind just putting the kettle on, please, Darren? Thank you.
So last session, they did manage to rescue Urbag. They were given a quest to try and find, possibly save, the daughter of the Baron of Freeport.
Mm-hmm.
Stepping out from the library, I guess Damal was hanging out as well. You meet up with John.
We're gonna go find Captain Dusk, right?
Yes,
Possibly.
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 Unless we go on to a side adventure.
Oh,
Who wants to start a shipping empire?
I was actually thinking of disappearing.
I have a bonus to sailing.
I was thinking of getting the 3 balls out of my sack and just grabbing onto them and seeing if they took me anywhere, just completely randomly.
Are they still in your bag?
It never left the bag.
Jean, it is good to see you. Is your work finished in Freeport?
Yes. Likewise, it is very good to see you. What is our path? What is our plan?
We
What
have
are
a quest.
What is our quest?
We have been asked by the Baron
Grab me a pair of crystals.
to investigate
One for me too,
his
please, Darren.
daughter's disappearance. We don't know yet if it is by her choice
Okay,
or
sure.
if she was taken.
Wait, why would her choice be to disappear?
She doesn't like her dad. It's a bit of a dick.
Oh.
Rebellious teen.
Controlling.
What are your thoughts on the Baron?
He seems like a good dude, but like my father, strong and overbearing, wants it done his way, and that isn't necessarily the right way.
Do you think that's just cause for his daughter to want to disappear?
I don't think she's disappeared. I think she's got grand schemes of what she is capable of and has left with what we presume is her love. Some weapon master, weapon smith.
So you don't think there's any foul play?
Not that we've been able to determine so far.
So what's the problem?
The lead.
Why can't we just move on?
Her father wants
Well,
back.
wait, John, think about this. Should we let a teenage girl run off because she thinks she knows better than her dad?
Yes.
Wait, are we all with
Yeah, I'm kind of okay with
Sure,
it.
we'll just say you're all with him. So you go, hey John, you're there.
What kind of paladin are you again?
I mean, how old is the daughter? Are we talking like what?
Teens.
10.
I think
Teen.
Teen.
She's like
I want to say
16.
late 16, 17.
I feel like you said 16.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
said 16.
I mean, I feel like in this, no, I think we should just let her do what she wants.
He's going to pay us money.
I don't care.
It represents my guild, and my guild likes work and completing easy jobs. Do
I'm
you fancy
Okay,
easy
okay.
work?
I don't feel like
I
this
have
would be
I have
easy.
an incentive.
Okay, how about this, John?
is there anything wrong with checking in on her daughter to make sure she is safe? If it turns out she's actually doing fine by herself and not with her dad, then yeah, we can leave it.
I mean, yeah, we can check in on her, but I don't feel like we really need to do to get to
Rescue her
involved there.
and bring
Yeah,
her
exactly,
back.
yeah.
And be
I
heroic
feel like she's old
adventure.
enough to know what she's doing.
My paladin friend. My incentive for you. The rumor
Are you
is...
trying to bribe me?
No.
He's
I am
incentivizing.
playing paladin to paladin.
Oh, that's
Oh
right.
yeah, she's
Oh,
paladin
yeah.
now. Your fellow
Okay.
warriors.
I'm
It's a
listening.
very
Hear me
different,
out.
different
Hear me out.
religion.
I'm listening.
Rumor is she's heading towards the city of the dead. Necromancers to fucking destroy.
I don't really care.
Well,
Paladin.
do you want to hang out with your friends?
I mean, what are the necromancers doing? Are they doing something nefarious?
They're necromancers. They're always doing nefarious.
I mean, I think you're being prejudiced there.
of course.
Wait, aren't you a like I don't know, Celine? Don't you aren't you have a lot of prejudice against werewolves?
Yeah, but they're filthy mongrels.
I mean, I think it's presumptuous
This is
to
going
assume.
away. I didn't know it would.
I think it's presumptuous to assume these necromancers are being, evil. I mean, we can have a look, but I mean, unless there's some motivation, I'm not really
Well,
motivated.
what would you do with this night if you aren't interested in following us?
I'll just have a look at my abilities and see which one I want to work on.
Cool, let's leave without him.
maybe head up. Maybe do some curls. Maybe.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how Tommy's character came in and out of the story all in one.
One conversation.
I mean, I'll come along, but I mean, I don't think we should just make assumptions.
We're not making
Oh, so you're
assumptions.
coming with us now. Okay, great.
I'll come, but
It's been decided. He's coming along, everyone.
You have to talk in a deeper voice.
To the horses.
Yeah, you wonder why this half-orc is addressing you. You've never met him before.
yeah. Who the hell are you?
Hi, I'm Boulder. Nice to meet you.
You remember Demal?
I'll
That
stay.
crazy drow lady that just
She.
she
What happened
slaughtered
to
her
her?
raven? Slaughtered her raven because it laughed at her. You remember her?
I do.
She's that one.
She went
Vulgar.
transracial.
Transracial. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
What's the
I'm
ability?
confused.
So remember how when we finished the last
Oh, I don't
campaign,
remember.
the gods
It was
offered
the
us
boon thing that
boons?
everyone got to pick
Mhm.
from.
Formless
She
body.
chose the boon of formless body. She can turn herself to look like somebody she has seen before.
Do I know this? Does my character? Does
Yes, you would know this.
Yeah, I
okay?
guess you would know this.
You were
Yeah,
there.
you were there.
You heard all the boons.
So I
were
know
offered.
that.
She chose the boon of formless body.
So I know that you're actually Demal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
After
do
after
now.
being told.
Yeah, after being told. You can't tell unless
Yeah, because
someone says something.
she only told them the previous night that she was going to take the
Yeah,
form
by the
of
way,
the
please don't be
monk
scared when I
woman.
come out
Yeah.
of the room looking
But
like...
she didn't tell you because
Yeah.
now you just seen her.
Wait. So do I know or?
Yeah,
No,
I'm telling
it depends
you
on whether
now.
she's
Yeah,
telling you.
Tell me
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I was like, okay. It's interesting choice of form you've taken.
Sort of feet.
Well, I couldn't get into a male-only club, so I decided that, I just wanted to be a dude for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, they
Okay.
tried to break into the gentleman's club where Urban was being held.
The one we threw him into.
As Kupal, Bob,
Black Bob.
Black Bob, and Shade. It was a while ago, but I'm sure you remember. trying to
That one
kidnap
shot we
Urban.
played.
I mean, that feels a bit, a bit
Yeah.
racist. Black.
Yeah, when all of a sudden you're streaming it, yeah.
Yes,
It feels
yes,
that way.
yes.
During the time of Black Lives
We
Matter.
just banned Black Bob. I mean,
Let's stop saying it.
You
and
never
move on,
never
and that
found
would
those
be really
characters
helpful.
again yet.
We
so-
shall forever refer to him
As
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 Bob.
B-Bob.
Bobby.
All right.
To the horses.
Well, the day is going late.
Yeah.
The sun begins to set. You find your way out, we'll say the west gate of the city, and you find the glade. And there you find the 4 horses that have been left for you.
How many of us are there?
5. Remember,
Oh,
John
that's
wasn't
right.
there.
Yeah,
He's
no
tiny.
one but him. and he has
has a
his
horse.
own horse.
I can summon my
which
own
is
horse.
a better horse.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I chat to my horse and attempt to become friends with it
Well,
because
Six Flaming Zed is streaming.
Okay.
What?
I like it.
No, that guy.
Well, hang on, I gotta check this shit.
He's a terrible
Yeah.
streamer.
As I did mention
He is
previously,
the worst.
the nights and days are getting colder. So light snow starts to fall as you begin your journey upon the road towards Bandit's Rest.
I'd like to say I've already equipped my traveller's cold gear.
Sure.
Okay.
We'll say that you are prepared enough to do that.
Yeah.
Do you wish to travel throughout the night?
Or
Do you wish to go a few hours and then put up camp somewhere?
I
off
would
the road?
say is
I don't. Do we need?
You are.
I don't think we need to travel night and day.
But we should at least travel the first night because otherwise we're right next to the city.
Yes, they will.
We're gonna get tired though.
They
right?
will come and then they will see you there.
You're probably more ideal to, since we're traveling overland, you're still technically a drow. So being out in the countryside during the day is not great for you.
Well,
Yes.
no, well, it doesn't matter because I don't have the.
she doesn't have the
Disadvantage.
positives of being a drow or the negatives.
So she's just an elf?
Just a
Pretty
skin color
much.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just the skin color thing.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
I'm very weird.
I would suggest that we do travel for the first night.
What, and sleep the
and we
next
just,
day or something?
well, no, we just have a cruisy day
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Nothing like no fighting.
because our
whatever.
horses will need to rest
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, no fighting unless
Unless
while
there's
traveling
fighting.
during the night
Random encounter.
because of the. It's just the way Kevin said it. He's like, "Do you want to
I'm-
travel during the night?"
Yeah.
I haven't prepared any cold weather clothes, and I'm shivering.
Do you have traveler's outfit in your list of items? What is the outfit that you have?
Did I give him
Mini
anything?
skirt.
Did I give him anything last?
I've got a
adventure?
cloak.
Why
I've
would
got
you give
some
him
soap.
anything?
Because I gave
That's
out
a
clothing
soap
last
keep
week.
you can,
Oh, that was desert clothing.
That was
Oh,
I've got
yeah, that's
fine
completely
clothes.
not.
you know, that's fancy party clothes.
I've only got fine clothes, so I'm cold. So I'm gonna continue to ride throughout the night.
I recommend you have a bedroll, poke some holes in that and wear that.
I do have a bedroll.
Poncho roll.
Can we just
But-
say that he picked up travelers?
No.
We'll pick up on our first stop in the first village.
Okay.
And it's rest.
I do have a head of
This
this.
guys is your first village.
No, I'm not gonna rest.
And their price
I'm
is
gonna.
criminal.
Since my horse is magical, it doesn't tire. So I'm just gonna push on through the night.
We're all gonna travel,
We're
aren't
all
we?
traveling.
Yeah.
You are all
Oh.
traveling tonight.
Oh, okay, through. Okay, cool.
yeah.
Fine, that's fine. I'm just gonna be shivering.
But you've got a cloak.
I've got a cloak.
Yes,
Great.
you
You're
read
not
the
the
cloak on yourself. As a question, does anyone here have prestidigitation as a spell?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you decide that it is a smart idea to not let your paladin suffer from exhaustion. Prestidigitation lets you cast every hour, or it'll last an hour to warm up a piece of material. You can cast it on his clothes.
Only the cockroach.
Who's got heat metal?
Yes, to a lower degree, but for warming, not for burning.
Yeah, but you know.
I refuse any offer of.
What they don't offer, they can just cast it on your
Well,
clothes.
no, I don't want it. I don't.
But then you suddenly feel warm, and then you'd have no idea.
I'm stalwart.
Me too movement.
And I
Come
don't
on.
complain.
And
Somebody.
also, it has like a range, so you
We're gonna
like you
fade
can
all
be
of
far
the
away. You
movements.
wouldn't know.
I mean, if someone wants to voluntarily just cast it if they can see me visibly shivering, that's fine.
It'd literally
yeah.
just be like, Sasha would be like,
As you travel on horseback throughout the night, you at certain points you feel warmer and nicer, and you believe that it is through the grace of your goddess Saloon. Appreciating your hardship and dedication to what
"What's
you're
your
doing.
intelligence score?"
I could burn all
8.
of my sorcery
Oh,
points.
so yeah, no,
Great,
Story
yeah,
checks
that's
out.
great. Story checks out.
I could legitimately burn all of my
It's just a cantrip, so it's-
sorcery points to do it subtly, so there would be
oh,
no
you
way
can
to
actually,
tell.
yeah. Well, the thing is, there's no intel anyway. You
No.
are in the middle of the night, and
Yeah.
like,
And
and there is a range.
You
as
can
well, so-
whisper it, right?
Yeah, well, you
Yeah.
can, yeah. And then he thinks
not
it's
creepy
Saloon.
at all.
Okay. I have rolled the first night passes uneventfully. Day comes and
Sure.
Can I
just
craft
drag
some
through.
like poison or talk to my
No.
grands?
You
or-
can only do
Riding
that
a
while you
horse.
stop for camp, not
Okay.
on horseback. It's way too hard.
Are we
to
gonna stop
balance
for
the
like
No.
a short
Can I have the rat
rest?
on my shoulder?
No,
and
like
just
crafting and
get
stuff
to
is
it,
like,
make friends? Okay.
No, but I mean like,
The
are we
rat,
gonna
like,
ride
forms a
and then
nice
stop for a
closer
short
bond.
Oh
rest?
yeah, like
Yeah.
we will seem to do the.
Breakfast.
I mean, are we in a hurry?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Yes
but
and
you
no.
don't care.
Yeah, you don't care. You're
I
on
don't
for the
care. I'm
ride.
not- yeah.
We'll travel at a fairly quick pace,
Yes.
but not like we're pushing the horses.
Throughout the day,
We're
when
not
do you
like
decide to
rigorous.
stop?
We'll stop for breakfast. We will
Okay.
stop for lunch.
We'll stop for lunch and
we'll stop
breakfast.
for dinner, and
And
that
stop
will be
for-
our stop for the night.
So
and
yeah,
stop
we'll
for
do
night.
like 4 hour stints of travel, break for an hour, 4 hours, then
And then,
Dinner?
and then
Dinner.
dinner we will stop to let the
Yeah.
horses have a proper rest.
Breakfast, second breakfast.
I mean, I'm in favour of just
Of course.
just pushing on.
Afternoon
Just
tea.
We
no
can't
need-
know
no
Why are you
need-
in such a hurry now?
You kind of because your horse. How does it work with his
His-
horse? Does he
his-
ever get exhausted?
yeah, his horse when he's summoned
Yeah.
follows all the natural
Oh,
rules.
okay,
of-
so it's
yeah.
not like magical.
It is a
skills.
magical being, but it has all physical limitations.
Okay, fair enough. 4 days of travel pass. Everyone remove 4 rations.
Oh, we're counting rations
Yeah.
this
Oh,
game.
what, rations?
Well, I will now because if you starve while out there in the freezing cold, I'm gonna make you hunt for something.
It's a good thing I added some.
Oh, I've only got 5, so I'm down to 1.
You're down to 1. How-
I'm gonna
Only 35 left.
on the
What the
on
hell?
the fourth night.
Yeah.
I will do a survival check for food.
Did you only have 3 rations?
Yeah.
Amazing. Do your survival check. For
I added some before
20.
the stream
20.
started. It's fine.
Does it get extra?
Well, you catch enough, we'll say, snow rabbits to feed at least 5 people for the 4th day.
I will
So
smoke some and
Or the 4th
prepare
morning or
myself.
afternoon, yeah.
I'll smoke the others and have the other 4 for the next 4 nights.
Yes, you may do that, so you can just record that down.
Your friend.
On the 4th day of travel.
I have an important question.
Yes.
Offset or kettle?
Um,
Are you
improvise
Are
because
you
I have a.
Improvised. Okay.
Are you supplying the cherry wood?
Yes. Yep. And the wood choice is very important.
I understand.
Yeah, especially with a rabbit. You want to fruit you. Sorry, Kevin.
That's why I said cherry.
On the 4th day of travel, as the sun begins to set,
No. No.
you hear the familiar tunes of music and singing that you can recognize. In the distance, you see approaching. Oh, actually not approaching, sorry. In the distance, you see a gypsy caravan, a very familiar one, stop
no.
and beginning to set up their camp. It appears to be the very same caravan that you all once encountered, bracket except for Sasha and John.
No, they can't see.
No, you see a very familiar
Oh.
gypsy caravan that has stopped and has begun to set
The
up
one
camp
where the
in the
dolls
distance.
started.
Oh,
It appears to be the very same caravan that you all once encountered, except for Sasha and John, who has
With the
no
kid.
idea.
The kid was before the gypsy caravan. But yeah.
I head
Man,
towards
I
them.
don't remember this.
You head towards them. Do the rest of you follow?
I'm like, hang on a minute.
Yeah, I'm going.
What
My,
did.
my dog experience was good.
Yeah, I can't.
Your approach?
say that It wasn't.
Mm.
Can I just first. Can I be like.
You may.
Yes, dear Urbag, my friend for so long. What fear have you of these gypsy people?
The last time. We left with a bunch of little creepy dog curses
Mm-hmm.
that we encountered these people.
And they stabbed us.
From what I hear from Rook,
It was a bad time.
there was a fortune teller who
Yeah.
seemed to portray some pretty accurate information, and then the next day you seemed to have dolls.
Yeah.
I don't see how the two are connected.
I mean, sure.
Look,
I'm just saying it was a bad time the last time we were with them. Apart from the booze. The booze was fantastic.
And to be perfectly honest, my doll saved my life. So, I don't have a huge problem with it.
I'm voicing my displeasure
If
with
you
wanting
want
to
to camp
approach
in the
them.
cold by yourself, be my guest.
Oh,
I will go and chat to the dear
Such a
gypsy
sturdy
people
bitch.
and join in their fire and partake of their alcohol, should they choose to share.
oh, they'll share. and you won't be able to outdrink them. I can tell you
I'm
that
not
much.
gonna try and outdrink them.
Damal, the half-orc monk, and Sasha approach the gypsy caravan, and
I go with because
you go with. Then
Yeah,
they see
I'll
Urbag and they go,
Yeah, I'll
"Ah,
stay.
friend Urbag, we recognize you from the last time many months ago."
I need to talk to you about some dolls.
They say, "Welcome, you're welcome to join our camp," and they wave you over to this huge fire pit that they have just started up.
And I just do the whole boulder
Sure.
thing, wave.
Hail and
Boulder.
well met.
We are the gypsies of the West. You are welcome to join our camp and share in our
they melt
food
in water?
for the night.
Fantastic.
All that we ask is that you share with us your tales of your brave adventures.
I can do just that. I
Who
have
told
many
the tale
tales.
last time?
I have many tales of accounting.
I don't know,
and
I feel like it was me.
I don't
stock
have a tail,
management.
but there is a magic
Stop.
trick that I may do for you before morning.
Good, we gypsies appreciate mysterious magic tricks.
Thought you might. Thought you might.
Do you guys join the gypsy camp? All of you join gypsy?
Yeah, I do.
I'll hesitantly join.
Sure.
Fine.
The
Oh, they
allure
recognize
of free alcohol.
Aisha as well, but they kind of give you a wide berth because they know you didn't really interact with them
Yeah.
as much as Urbag did, and maybe
Right.
Damal, but
I
Damal
interacted
is
with them
not,
quite a bit at the time.
Yeah, but Damal is currently
Not Damal.
not Damal, so
Isn't
they
that
don't
where you
recognize her.
bought your animals?
No, that was a traveling.
No, that was a
Oh, there's a
traveling
menagerie.
menagerie
Oh, yeah.
man. Alright. So you camp with them, you start and sing and dance, they share with you their food. It is good enough to, sustain you through the night. As the night grows darker, some of you will say Urbag, John,
God damn it.
and Boulder
Boulder
Damal.
Damal.
Do we get a long rest?
Boulder.
Not yet.
No,
You have not slept from night yet.
Okay.
You notice a gypsy girl waving you over and trying to get your attention.
Yeah,
From
okay.
Has
one
a
of
doll
the,
for you.
from the shadows of one of the larger caravans.
I'm going on it.
Strangely enough, all the male characters only. The dice just worked out that way.
John's gonna hold back. He's not interested.
I am super curious.
Sure.
Damal inside Boulder is like, what is this chaos?
I just take one look and go, no.
No.
No. And walk back to the
Okay,
fire.
only Damal Boulder goes by herself, not telling any of the other female members of the group.
I just like to be like,
What?
be like suggestively be like, oh yeah, come on.
To what? Oh, it's how young is the girl?
He said teenage. She's
Yeah, I said
legal.
teenage.
Oh, what?
Human. You think?
So, the male in me is going.
I'm just like no, anything to do with. You had a good experience with the doll.
I did.
I'm out.
I'm still keen.
You
Yeah.
going?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get Aisha and Sasha to roll perception checks?
Okay. 8.
Sasha does notice Damal as Boulder form get up and walk towards the darkness of one of the larger caravans
If
by
it's
itself.
within 90 feet, I can see perfectly well in darkness because that boon.
Oh yeah, that boom thing. Sure, you see it as well. Like because you can actually see the gypsy girl because of being able to see in darkness.
Yeah.
So you see her waving Damal over, and Damal's kind of walking that way.
I should give 0 fucks.
Sure. Nothing.
She's her own.
Okay,
woman.
Damal is her own person.
I have no reason to fear gypsies.
She curtsies towards you, Damal.
Not
I
yet.
bow
Boulder.
slightly.
Yes, and she says, "Old Doris wants to know if you brave adventurers would be interested in a reading, perhaps a peek into your fortunes to come."
I personally would be interested in a reading. Yes.
She brings you into the large caravan. Yes, do you enter?
Fantastic.
Yeah, she
Yes,
kind
I'm
of
in.
opens the door. Yeah. The air, and then closes the door. The air inside smells smoky with burning incense and dried flowers.
And I say, I love what you've done with the place.
She says, "Thank you, but this is all the work of my grandmother, Old Doris." Seated at a small circular oak table is an old crone. Exactly what you would imagine in an old gypsy teller of fortunes.
She wearing
Like
a purple
dressed in that
headband.
way,
and,
yeah, purple headbands,
like-
scarves, lots of rings
yeah,
and things.
Because
Great.
only
Awesome.
Rook and Oliver talked to her last time.
Yeah.
Oliver talk to her?
Yeah.
Sure. She smiles toothlessly at you as you take your seat and points towards a yellow glass jar on the table while clicking her fingers.
What's the normal fee?
Well, she kind of says that is up to you.
Do you accept things other than cash?
It depends on what you give her.
Is there anything more valuable than money to gypsies?
Good story.
This is something you would need to roll a history
Yeah,
check.
this is something you need to roll dice. for.
Okay.
We'll do a knowledge local
There's a history.
History.
history. Sure.
There is no local.
What was that?
Well, that doesn't help you. So you can only think of coin as the most valuable
I
thing.
deposit. But 10 gold.
She puts in. You put in 10 gold, so that impresses her with your kind
7 years worth of money.
for a gypsy.
It's fine. I've got 10 gold to spare.
Carefully, she pulls out an old ratty deck of cards. She
The older
says,
the better.
"Take these cards and shuffle them. Reflect on your life as you do, and when the cards have arranged themselves as they will, place the cards upon the table in front of me." And that's what you do. She picks the top 2 cards from the deck and turns them over. Damal, you see 2 cards. The first one shows you a spider,
Woohoo.
and the second one shows you a lake of water. And then she kind of just concentrates and does her thing, you know. You're not sure whether it's like for real or she's just making a show.
Yeah.
And she says, "You, orc, will know great loss. You will lose something that is not yours, but it will be no less important to you." And with that, her reading is over.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
What was the last line?
Oh,
Something that is
you will
not.
come to know loss.
Yeah.
Loss of something that is not yours, but it will be no less important to you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Is there anything I can do to prevent this loss?
Well, she doesn't know. She only can predict what is to come, not how to stop it.
So she can only predict the current future, not necessarily if I like make a choice that prevents
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Okay.
There is
Your
only
current
fate.
path.
There is only fate. There is no future.
Yeah, but choice changes fate.
No.
Yeah, it does.
Fate
Nope.
is set in stone.
Nope.
It is a
The
pity
gypsy
your
lord.
friends
Nope.
did not decide to join you. Some had
God
more
damn
interesting.
it! They're not
some
really
had
my friends.
More interesting
Can't have fun.
readings.
What do you
than
mean
you did.
then
Chaos.
And dice rolling, I wanted a reading.
I just
No, what you did notice her go in.
Yeah, you could have come with.
I didn't know she was going for a reading. I thought she was going after the girl.
Ah,
All
yeah,
I
yeah,
saw
yeah.
was her
That's what
going
you
for the
thought.
girl.
But then you know that's Damal though. So
Yeah, but like I don't know what she's into. It's drow.
yeah, that is true.
Also,
Oh,
Damal.
They're
They're
like
all
real
sorts of
strong
kinky.
women sort of
Yeah.
shit.
You leave out. You leave the caravan and you go back outside. Yes.
Before the night ends, I'd like to mention that I will perform a magic trick and I will turn into their once known friend, Damal Dalil. Or no, that I am Damal Dalil and that I will perform a magic trick to become her visually.
Okay.
There's no
Yeah?
some kind of like an 8-hour cocoon.
Well, yeah, but we're doing a long rest tonight.
Sure. They kind of like most of them are kind of drunk and like happy, and if someone told them stories, then they kind of like
Sasha chose to tell the great tale of Timot when he first slew the great masters of the House of Stark.
Yep.
The tale that we played out when we went back in time.
Sure. You have enriched the gypsies' lives, and they will spread tales of Timot, I guess, like with their own embellishments.
Timot is wise.
Much later during that night, a rowdy drinking party begins. The
Excellent.
dancing and singing intensifies, and some of the gypsies approach. Well, we'll say the orc, the paladin, and the urbag,
and the Urbag.
and offer.
I am my own.
Do you wish to
race.
take part in this amazing drinking contest?
I'm like, yes.
It will cost a gold to participate, but you may bet like on the result. Like if you win, you double your money.
The guy that I made friends with last time.
Yeah.
Is he there?
Yes, he's there, and he too will be participating.
Excellent. I will pay my gold.
Yes. Your 1 gold. Does John wish to join
Now,
as well?
I have failed to record my money.
You are not the only one who has done that.
So I'm going to roll with that and say that I have no money. But I will bet.
Wait, I thought I saw. Wait one
No, but the
second.
thing is, you still have to pay entry fee though. They're not going to give you free booze.
I'll spot you.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
So
well-
one
well-
goal to enter,
Yeah.
and then whatever you want to bet on yourself or someone else.
Okay, well, if you're willing to pay the entry, I will.
I will give you a total of 5 gold to do with as you choose.
Well, thank you.
I'm gonna bet. So the
Oh,
last
Bill wants you to post the world map for some reason.
I'm not participating because I'm sleeping
are-
instead, right?
who
you
wants
can if you
Wait,
want.
wait,
It's not.
What
You're not actually going to bid yet.
Okay,
You are
and I'll still get 8
watching.
hours.
What are we betting on?
Okay.
What is the game?
I'm
You're
playing.
betting on who
Who's
wins.
going to drink the ice?
It is called a gypsy cake dive.
to, who wants to post the world map?
I don't. Duan's asking you to post the world map. I don't know to where.
You can
I'm
ask
gonna
him when he
play.
comes back.
Yes.
And I'm gonna bet 2 gold on.
I think I
go
can
back to
handle
win.
that.
Okay, so who's in?
I'm in.
I'm
I'm gonna bet 2 gold.
Okay,
On
so
myself.
you are in, and okay, 2 goal on yourself.
I just want to clarify. The last
Yep.
time that we were with these gypsies and we had a drinking competition, my friend won like flawlessly, right?
Did he?
The gypsy friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he outdrank all of you.
Okay.
I
But
bet.
now
I've
his
got
2
2
older
GP.
and beefier brothers are also taking part.
I look at him. And
I had a thing, but nope.
I look at him.
So Damal, you are betting how much on
2.
Urbex?
2 gold to win.
3 gold on the former winner,
Okay.
You
So we'll just go to Gypsy
show
1.
you your character's name, Sasha.
Sasha.
I'm just
Sasha.
gonna note down that I owe you. I want to pay you
Okay,
back.
that's fine.
I put.
Paladin repays his debts.
I put.
Always.
Exactly.
Oh, his older brothers are there.
Yes.
They weren't there last time.
No. But I'm doing this to make a random gypsy
Ah,
win,
the
not
older
that
that you get
specific
though,
one
right?
gypsy win.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, I understand.
So we'll say
I will. I look after the events of last time. I will put.
not on
Let's
yourself.
say 3 gold on my good friend from last time.
Okay, so 3 goal and
But
good
you're-
friend.
but
But you're
you're
actually
drinking as
taking
well.
part. You're also drinking as well?
Yeah,
Sure. Alright.
I always
Do you have
drink.
a system for this?
Well, there is a loose system for this.
When
Then checks will be made.
it comes time for checks,
Yeah.
Sasha will be subtly influencing the outcome of those checks
In what
Through-
way?
through discrete magical.
Does that
Capabilities.
give influence to skill checks or ability checks?
It's spell check. It's
Just skills?
Let me check. I'll pull it up
Okay.
specifically.
So what happens is everybody will get a barrel of, we'll say ale or something, right? And they mark a certain point in the barrel. We'll say either the mid, the first quarter quadrant, or the third quarter quadrant. It's up to you. Then the people taking part will be held upside down in the barrel, and they have to start drinking before they drown.
Wait. I'm wondering, what size barrel is this?
A large barrel.
So you're saying like a butt?
What?
A butt is a measurement of barrel.
Yeah, a butt ton.
Sure.
So a
we'll
butt
say
lo-
that.
a
I'm
butt-
not aware of that measurement, but that is what's
A
happening.
buttload is an official true measurement.
Yes.
But it was a butt ton.
You touch one
A,
living creature.
no, a ton is the
before the
high,
spell
largest
ends,
one.
the target
A
converts
butt is about a
into
quarter.
And add
of-
to?
no,
ability
half a
check.
ton.
But
Ability
Quarter
check.
ton.
Alright.
Choice.
Who are you touching?
The guy that I want to win.
Okay.
I don't actually have to touch him. I am going to use my.
Wait, are you
sorcery-
cheating to win?
No.
You don't know that.
It's 100.
Sasha does nothing.
Uh,
Her hair blows gently in the wind. That's all you see. It's actually,
Now.
There was
actually
a
an
nice,
effect that she has
profile
whenever she
I
casts a
found.
magical spell. Her hair blows in the
Oh
wind.
no, I know. I remember that.
Here's trick. Everyone taking part, they get to choose what mark of the barrel. So the first quarter, the middle quarter,
Here we
or
go.
the third quarter.
so
So
bad.
obviously the bottom doesn't really
half
count
a
'cause
ton
your
is
head
the butt.
doesn't reach that way.
Right.
The lower in the barrel that you mark, which means the more that you have to drink, multiplies the winnings by a certain amount. So it's times 2 if it's the first quarter, the middle quarter is times 3, and then times 4 for the third quarter.
You there?
Where do you wish your mark to be?
The bottom.
So third quarter. Okay.
Half for me.
Half of the mile. Okay. And a bag.
Man, like, really?
The whole
Really?
barrel.
I'm gonna drink the whole barrel.
Well, it doesn't reach all the way there, so you go all the way to the
head
fourth
is-
No,
one.
no.
His head is smaller.
I will drink the whole barrel.
Will you wee at the same time?
Yes.
Sure.
I'm standing out the way.
This can only go well.
It's like a sprinkler.
Marks are made on the barrel. You realize that the gypsy that you bet on, he went 3/4 down the barrel as well. So same marks as John. And then the other two went for the mid.
Wait, didn't Urbag go for the whole?
Yeah, Urbag went for the whole thing.
Oh.
So you went.
Yeah,
to
but the other two
3/4.
brothers.
Yeah,
Can't believe I
the other
bet
two
on that
brothers
dude.
went for 3/4.
Well, on Urbag.
Yeah.
All right. Those who are taking part. So other strong gypsies kind of grab you by your side and they tip you upside down and they crack open the barrel and they dip you in, as when you're ready, of course. They dip everybody in at the same time. Now everyone.
And is drowning a factor here?
Yes, drowning is a factor.
Want me to tell you how long people can hold their breath for under D&D rules?
It is Constitution modified.
I don't want to know.
Yep. So it is a minute per Constitution modifier up to a minimum of 1.
Yeah.
And if they lose air, then they get a number of rounds equal to something else, or else they drop their health is reduced to 0.
Ah.
On the first round, as you're dipped in, you immediately begin to drink. Can I get everybody involved to roll a Constitution check?
Ah, 18.
That's just the roll plus your Constitution saving
Yeah.
throw, right?
Yes. So your Constitution saving throw bonus.
9.
9 for Urbag, and
Urbag
John
dies.
got 18.
I got 20.
You got a 20.
20 total, not 20 on die.
Okay. The 3 Gypsy brothers managed to drink quite well, like for the first few sections, first few rounds, we'll say first few minutes, as do Damal and John. Urbag, however, swallows a little bit wrongly and begins to struggle and splutter, but however, he's still in it.
Yes.
The second round, can I get everyone to
I just-
make a...
I just want to point out,
Yes.
it's a tactic. You store some in your lungs.
Yes, that's how it works. Also magically infecting again.
By now you are feeling sick because you are practically swimming upside down in a barrel of ale. Can I get another round of Constitution checks?
11.
15.
18.
John's doing surprisingly well. And you went with 11. Okay. You splutter slightly, but you are able to hold it down. Urbag gains a second wind and begins to inhale the alcohol. 2 of the gypsies, the one that the youngest brother that you know, he makes it, like he's keeping pace, as does one of his brother. Now the third brother begins to kind of lose his balance and starts getting woozy, and he knocks over his barrel to one side,
Disqualified.
bumping into John's barrel. John,
Oh.
can you roll a dexterity check?
Okay. 6.
6. Unfortunately, the weight of his bump has knocked the both of you over and everything spills on the ground as you tumble in a mess in the muddy, wet, alcohol-covered
Camp.
camp.
John demands that we all restart.
Right, everyone is still
John
drinking.
sits there feeling a little bit sick, but disappointed that he was knocked over.
No,
No, he's
John
yelling.
demands that we restart because it was no fault of his own.
Would anyone be able to hear you while their heads are
Yeah,
in?
they're all cheering on. We'll say they're all cheering on the gypsy.
Pull everyone out and start again.
They're all cheering on the gypsy and Urbag. The ones that were cheering on you, they were like, "Oh," and they were kind of disappointed that you fell over, thinking that it was your fault.
No,
As well.
John. Can I make some kind of
You rolled a
Intimidation or
6, man.
persuasion?
Yeah. Persuasion.
You may roll a persuasion check.
That's yep.
Yeah.
10.
You realize that your protests fall on deaf ears as no one is paying attention to you. I did roll and I got like a 15, 17.
Oh.
On the third round, things are starting to get more difficult. I need another constitution check from Demal and Urban.
John's just gonna leave
8.
and go to sleep.
Sure, John leaves.
He just. Like,
John is done.
Is there a place where I can go to sleep?
Yeah, there are heaps of places like
Tents and
tents
shit.
and things. But
I just pop up my bedroll.
yeah,
and
you can
just-
pop out a burial. It's like a clear night, although it's cold, but it's fine like, with the fire.
I'm
there.
still shivering, but yeah.
Yeah,
'cause I
but
only
the thing
have-
is, you were quite close to the huge bonfire that they made, so it's warm enough.
Okay, I'm
Apologies, Demal, what did you get?
8.
8 is not good enough.
Nope.
Urbag, what did you get?
18.
Urbag has 18. By now, Demal is unable to suck in enough, and it feels that you are drowning. Now, do you wish to continue, or do you wish to tap the barrel and signal that you want
Tap out. My money's on someone else.
All right, you have tapped out. The thing is, you could continue, but then you get drowning penalties and stuff like
I
that.
prefer
Urbag
to drown.
continues, facing off with the remaining gypsy. Whoop.
Is the remaining gypsy the one that I get on?
Yes, the remaining gypsy and his brother, and they're still
Wait, so
both
couldn't
in
you
it.
just bail
Is
and
the
then...
brother the one
Yeah.
that Shay better?
I think you both bet on the same one.
Can you?
Oh, we bet on the same brother.
But I bet on you.
Ah.
Yes. Do you wish to adjust the brothers? Okay.
Adjust the
Do
I'm-
they
brother.
have to be aware of it?
I'm using all of my sorcery points to do so.
Okay, fair
This
enough.
is fine.
Adjust
Fair
the
enough.
brothers.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So they were meant to drink less than Urbag. So by now, Urbag is successful, Demal is out, and the two gypsies are also successful. By now, the two gypsies have finished their ale, and it's only left to Urbag. One last roll. If you complete, you win.
No pressure. Good game.
Did he really net one?
That's a net one.
The alcohol, proving too much for Urbag, begins to fill his lungs, and he starts to struggle and drown. Someone notices, of course.
I'm gonna pull
and-
him out.
Yeah, and
'Cause
pulls him out and
yeah.
just kicks over the barrel. Urbag has failed. It is a two-way tie between the gypsies, so they are both considered winners. Shay, you get, what did I write? 4 times 3? 12. 12? Yeah,
Mhm.
12. And Urbag, you get 12 as well, because you bet on that guy.
Split the difference.
Everyone is excited, and you feel that you have made a stronger and closer bond with this group of traveling gypsies.
Fun.
Those that were involved in this, after the excitement dies down, you decide to head to bed, pulling out your bedroll. I guess you don't pull out your door, do you? Do you
Nah.
want to?
No.
It is warm enough to set up your bedroll near the fire.
Yeah.
I also feel like are the gypsies going to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like if they weren't, then
Ah.
Urbag wouldn't.
Are we gonna have a watch?
If you want to.
I prefer to have a watch.
Who's taking the first watch?
I'll take first watch.
She can technically do all watches because she's aware when she's in meditation.
That is true.
But I am cocooning.
Yes,
but
okay.
then that's different.
Oh, yeah, that's
If you're
cocoon is
cocooning, you
complete.
cannot take
Yeah,
any
you
watches.
should
Okay,
do a
cool.
watch.
I'm not
Yeah.
taking any watches then.
Does Urbag want to take watch? John has gone complete to sleep. I don't think
He's
Sasha and
passed
Aisha
out.
care.
Urbag
Aisha might care. Sasha doesn't. Sasha
Sasha didn't care.
Sasha
Urbag
trusts gypsies.
will convince his friend the gypsy
Yes.
that we should stay up
Who's shit-faced.
and drink more.
Okay.
So you try to get him to stay up and drink more.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Persuasion? Yes. So what
There's
is-
something I'm curious about.
Yeah.
Just I want to use my druid craft to figure out what the weather will be like over the next day because it seems to be progressively getting colder, and I want to be.
The very next day.
So next 24 hours, I can.
Is there a rule for that?
No, it's just my druid craft spell.
Oh, it's a spell. What information does he give you?
Create a tiny harmless sensory effect that will predict the weather of the next 24 hours. So it might be like a golden orb if it's clear skies, a cloud for rain, snowflakes if it's heavy snow, so on. So you
We'll
decide.
just say you get a snowflake orb that indicates to you that it will be a relatively clear day. There will be light snowfall, but nothing too serious.
Okay, then.
For the very next day, yes.
Cool. So not
Alright.
nothing, no storm to be worried
Persuasion.
about. I just keep myself warm.
So my persuasion is base 13,
Yes.
and that's a nat 20.
You convince him to stay up the entire night with you, or as long as until you give up, because you know you are his friend Urbag now,
Oh yeah,
and you drink the night away.
telling stories and stuff.
Yes.
like
Do
that.
anyway.
you eventually go to sleep, or do you?
Nah,
suck
because
the
I'm on
lamp?
watch. I just.
Oh, you're on watch. Okay,
I'll just
sure.
sleep.
For
on
me,
the horse.
I will make my own little campfire away from this. I'm gonna cast alarm and just make a 20-foot cube around me. If anything comes into my personal bubble,
So paranoid.
So it's a dome.
it's a cube.
No, it's a cube.
Oh,
It's a
cube.
20-foot cube on each
It's
side.
basically like
A 4x4.
and I made like a fence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a fence. Okay. No one approaches you during the night. Nothing really happens during your watch. Eventually, you feel too sleepy, and even you have to go down, take your rest, unless you suck on your lamp.
Oh, I'm way
Off
too drunk to think
shadow.
about sucking on the lamp.
Before Sasha
Yeah.
goes to bed, she will use her quill of scribing
Mm-hmm.
to catch her book up on her notes of what's happened so far,
Sure.
and then partake in sleeping.
The night passes uneventfully. Next morning, the three of you wake up with headaches, and you smell really bad because you
Fair
realize you kind of went to sleep
Without washing up.
without actually cleaning up.
I really should have had some fucking orange juice.
Prestidigitation.
Only lasts for a period of time before you lose
This-
the cleanliness.
No,
No,
that-
I know.
There's a
but-
debate on that.
No, no,
It's
that,
called
no.
quick
Some of these are
smelling.
instantaneous and
Yeah.
stays happens
Yeah, it
forever.
happens forever.
Others are specific time. They say in the
Yeah,
effect.
so I think it does clean you up.
Man, you count cleanliness in this. All right.
Well, the thing is, it will affect how certain characters react towards you.
What about if I'm in a cocoon?
If you are in a cocoon
Would you come out?
and you are dirty, would you come out clean?
That's a very
Yeah,
good.
that's a very
The,
good
the
question.
physical change does not alter. She alters her appearance. That's
Mhm.
Everything else stays the same.
Everything else should say the same. Yes, so your appearance would be altered. Because your armor lets you change into what you like.
Want.
Yeah, the glamour, that's fine. But your armor is still dirty. So yes, you would still come out stinking like ale. It doesn't clean you. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Unless someone casts a spell and helps you.
So I
Yeah.
could ask
The
Sasha.
You could
nicely.
ask Sasha the Clean Queen.
Friend Sasha.
Can I have your soul?
Please clean me.
Sasha offers you use of her cleansing stone. A magical crystal, when rubbed over the body, it cleans and leaves a pleasant rose smell.
That sounds fantastic.
I just wanna.
Thank you.
I just wanna check because prestidigitation is his duration up to 1 hour.
No, no,
but
if
then
you
it's
read-
got all the effects.
Yeah. Some effects are
And-
instantaneous, so they happen and
They can
that's
stay
it.
that way.
Yeah. They
I
stay.
rub it
okay.
If it
sensuously
says
over my
up
body.
for 1 hour, those are the ones that only
Dun-dun-dun.
disappear.
And smell like rose.
Cleaning
it
is just
says
clean.
you
And your back is
instantaneously
Dama?
clean
Yeah.
or soil
Okay.
an object
And you
no
do get
larger
hair
than
flick.
1
Yeah.
cubic
Out of the
foot.
Pantene ads.
Yeah.
So I'm no larger than 1 cubic.
1 cubic foot is a 1 by 1 foot by 1 foot. You just have to cast it on yourself like 3-4 times.
All I can remember is maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah.
But
Maybe she's born.
Yes. Yeah. 3 times. Yeah, and it's just cantrips. She's
Yeah.
good. That's fine. We'll
I am the
ignore that.
world's best alcoholic. Turn
Um,
up to work the next day and don't smell like alcohol.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
also that morning, after cleaning yourselves up, you watch the gypsies clear out camp. You watch the gypsies clear out camp, and they continue heading eastward. So they are heading the way that you came, and you are
Towards
continuing on the
yeah,
opposite
towards
direction. So they're not traveling with you.
Oh, so they could tell stories of my changes.
Yes.
Hmm.
They are surprised that you have returned them because they do recognize you from being friendly the last time.
Yeah, yeah.
They say, "Oh, the mom, was that really you?" And then the little gypsy kids are all excited. None of them tried to give you any dolls, as far as you know.
I feel like I would check my bag.
Do a investigation check.
I'm gonna as well. That'd be really cool.
Investigation check.
I'm out because I trust.
No, Jesus.
You missed the tape.
20.
Wait, I don't have any issues with
Doesn't
it.
count when
So-
it's not on the table.
Really?
I love you, but no. No,
Okay.
I've got to find out what my investigation is.
What did you roll?
Lots.
Oh, that's cool.
22.
22.
I rolled a 10.
You roll a 10. Damal, you do not find any hidden gypsy dolls or
Anything
any
different?
other thing different. You also find that all your possessions are intact and you have all the things that you started out the night with.
Oh, good.
Urban, you don't find any gypsy dolls as well, and you have no idea whether there's anything missing or not missing.
I don't think I would anyway.
Okay.
He barely knows what he has as it is.
He travels 3 days later. He realizes his decanter of infinite alcohol is gone. Oh my!
Oh,
No. That is always a hit.
All right. 5 more days of travel pass. Anyone with not enough rations should figure out a way to beg from your friends.
I
Or
am
hunt.
hunting.
How many more days?
Yes,
100%.
5.
Okay, I need on the last day.
Yes, on the last day.
Survival.
Oh wait, sorry. The last day you can't because the morning of the last day something does happen.
Oh, then I don't need to eat then that day.
Yes, you don't need to eat that
I
day. So
technically have enough rations.
you have enough
I'm,
rations.
I'm 3 short, so what do I need to do?
So on the
You need to
second
talk
day,
to
you either
Ration
talk
queen.
to the ration queen or you can roll a
Survival.
survival check to hunt for yourself.
Actually,
wondering
can I
what-
hunt
oh.
all 5 days? Because I don't want to carry this much rations.
You can actually,
Yeah.
as
You
a
have a bag
ranger.
that doesn't give you any weight.
What do you mean I have a bag that gives me no
Your
weight?
bag of holding, the things you put in it don't count towards the weight you're carrying.
Yeah, it'll always be 15 pounds.
So I'm just carrying 15 pounds.
Yeah.
Plus
That's
armor
amazing.
and
The
stuff.
bag
yeah.
itself has like
500.
fun. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I'm
topic
sweet.
weight.
Yeah,
Cool.
you're sweet.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
You guys
I'm
want
going to
to
attempt to hunt that.
What is the wait? I guess ask. What is the
Uh,
terrain we're trying to? Is it grasslands or forest?
You are traveling
hunt
on
for
a
the party
road
episode.
between 2 forests. Or
Okay.
well, the road's
We'll
cutting
say
through a
forest.
Okay,
forest.
well, hey, then I can help you there because I have natural explorer of forest means I can double forage.
Sure, you get double the amount.
I'm actually
Um,
the same as well. Can I hunt to feed him?
Yes, you can.
He can attempt
Well, I
to
rolled a
find out.
6. I'm
You roll a 6. You find nothing, and they realize how sad you are after you obviously
I mean-
tried really hard.
So one night that we're at the gypsy camp.
I feel
Most of the
like
stuff that you'll
John's
use is on
too
stage.
Did
stoic
we have to
to
use a
ask for
ration for
help.
that?
No, so I didn't count that one. This is 5 days later. Sorry.
I feel like John's too stoic.
After the first day, maybe, but
Just
the
gonna
other two.
starve.
Yeah. After
Yeah,
the first day,
He's not going to ask for help.
you don't have to ask. Have you rolled?
I only
hunting?
got 8. Well, actually, if it's doubled, right?
I
No,
think
no.
because of your favorite terrain, you might have advantage.
No, it's not
Foraging?
advantage.
Oh, it's not. It's,
It's
just
not-
double amount.
It says if whatever chick you decide it is to get food,
Yeah.
whatever amount she gets double of.
Okay, but she rolled an 8
So if you,
total.
yeah,
Yeah.
You get 0. What
So-
does Aisha roll?
sure, I might as well be doing something in those.
Yeah, you
couple
can do
days.
something because it's not.
25.
Yes.
He got a
you-
nat 20 on the die.
So double what you get.
Yeah, so if you determine what will I get on a 25, and then give me double that.
So on the 25 and doubling it, you get enough for 20 rations
Got like 20.
in total.
I was like, I literally can't eat all this food. I killed a giant boar.
I mean, I don't want to let it, just go to waste.
Well, yeah, that wouldn't be
mean,
very
Here,
of you.
have 10 days worth of pork jerky.
Sure,
Okay.
it gives you 10 days worth of
I
pork jerky.
accept it. Just so it doesn't go to waste.
So the morning on that fateful day, you find yourselves caught in a blinding snowstorm. The
Okay.
wind and chill make it impossible to see far ahead enough to continue even traveling and following the road.
I am fucking cold.
Yes.
I'm freezing.
Anyone not appropriately clothed will soon find themselves suffering the effects of the cold in a higher magnitude now.
If
I
only-
have
if
trouble.
only-
When you traded with the gypsies.
If only we had somebody in our party who could make a certain device that could protect people from the elements.
First of all, the one who doesn't have proper cold weather clothes, survival check please.
What? Which one though?
Sasha
Oh.
reaches into her bag
Ah,
and pulls out her winter coat, which has a lovely white fox collar.
First murder.
18.
18 is good enough. Though
Damn,
the
does it
cold,
look good?
though the cold is like painful and biting, it has not affected you adversely yet. However, continuing to travel in this condition will cause
More pain.
like more
That
pain.
fills out exactly the same coat.
John laughs and goes, "You haven't felt how cold
The
astral
two
sea
rangers
is."
realize that the trees around you provide barely any protection, and you are in danger of losing your way off the road because of how blinding the snowstorm is. So unless you find yourself hiding in a building or under a rock or something, the tree's not going to protect you.
Let's make a
Hey,
snow
are you
cave.
cool with bringing out your dimensional door or something? Your hut? I don't know.
Dimension.
Yeah.
What's over there? Or tiny hut.
Well, tiny hut's better for weather, right?
Well, they're both.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, they're
it's the
both
same
pretty
thing.
good. Yeah.
Well, one is a dimension,
One will
extra
fit the
dimensional
horses,
space.
though.
The worst thing that could happen is
Oh yeah, one fits the horses.
Funny.
what the worst thing that could potentially
No, it doesn't.
happen.
Tiny hut doesn't.
No,
fit.
it does not. It's very
the door
strict
does.
on.
It does if we're not in it because we're in the other one.
No, I think with
No, 'cause
tiny
you
hut.
can't have medium. It's
Oh,
We're
fine.
medium, fool.
No, but the
no,
horses are.
No.
the
horses
the
are large.
word.
The horses are
Darren's right. The wording on.
Can
tiny
I look
hut
around to see if there's
is-
any
Okay,
friendlies
so here.
or like anyone in the snow that could
You can try and make a survival check.
see if there's anyone that can
So,
like
tiny hut
cover us?
instantly breaks if a creature larger than medium
16.
is included in its area.
Through
And we
the
can't
howl
fit
of the
horses
wind
in
and the
the
blinding snow,
fortress
you
door
do
'cause
not
we've
notice
tried it
any
before.
signs of life along the road or off it.
Okay.
Nor do you
Ooh,
see
and
any
there's like
buildings.
polymorph.
So like there are no smoke trails, chimneys or anything.
Do
like
you
that.
have
That's right.
4
I'm
I'm
uses
thinking
of
very
polymorph?
Narnia right now. the
Get them
beavers.
in.
But
And
yeah.
get them out.
Why not?
Just polymorph them. Get them in the door.
So how will you survive through the day without your horses dying?
Well,
We've solved it.
How have you
We've
solved
cracked the mystery.
it? What is the solution to the mystery?
He cast polymorph, turning the horses into whatever little tiny.
How many
thing they want.
casts of it do you have?
it is a level
Is it snowing right now?
4th
Yes,
level.
it's
How many
a
fourth level
heavy
spell
blizzard.
slots do you have?
Oh,
3.
Yeah.
Heaps, but I can just.
So that's why I made you roll
I got
to
3,
be
but then I
affected
can
by it.
just cast it
At a
5th and
higher
6th,
level.
and then have
Yeah.
a longer
Yeah.
stretch.
Just make sure you wait. Is this the one that they become
I've got
permanent?
3 5th level. What? No, if they take damage, it.
No, this one.
The survival checks are harsh though. Like if you fail,
Oh no,
6
this is the
times
one.
in a
I'm thinking
row,
of true
it's just
polymorph.
death.
With true polymorph, if you leave it on for the full hour, they stay polymorph forever.
Alright. Yeah. So, I put down Fortress Door.
Yes, you open fortress door.
Everyone gets inside.
Everyone gets inside.
I talk to the animals.
I polymorph.
You
Oh
talk-
no, I'm gonna wait for you to.
Okay. Yeah.
polymorph.
I
Yeah.
polymorph the animals into miniature horses,
And I
Yes.
encourage them.
and then
So you
get
can
them in
hit
the
all
door.
4 horses. I guess he can just unsummon his horse and
Yeah,
bring it back
exactly.
later.
Yeah.
You can hit 4.
They need to make
Oh,
wisdom saving
yeah,
throws.
I've got.
Not they don't resist.
Oh, yeah.
So do you want to
I'm gonna encourage them that it will save their
Can they-
lives.
understand you in some way?
Well, yeah, because I've got
She's got speak
A
to
spell?
speak to animals.
Oh, she got speak to them.
It's
That's
spell.
fine. They understand you, and though afraid, they trust you by now.
So I use up 3 4th level
Sure.
slots.
Especially my horse because we're buddies.
Because I can't cast lower, right?
Yeah. Can't use long.
So they're all inside.
Yeah. So you've made like 4 tiny horses, so now inside, and then. the
And
rest
even
of them
it,
inside.
even if they turn into normal horses, there's
Yes.
still room in that.
I think so.
Like that, the inside of that place is fucking huge, right?
We'd have to be upstairs,
Oh, that's fine.
just because.
Yeah.
Sure.
They-
You make it in, and you have saved your tiny horses.
They're the right size for
Do you know what
impact
the
right
best
now.
thing about it is? After however long, they just get spat out anyway, so I wouldn't necessarily have to reverse the now.
Yes.
I can't remember how long that time.
8
So-
hours.
It is 8 hours. isn't
Yeah,
it?
it was one long rest.
Roughly about 10 hours later, you hear the storm outside the door kind of die down.
Wait, I thought we get
We only
ejected
get
out at
hours.
8.
Oh, do you actually get ejected at 8?
No.
Yes.
It's 10 hours.
Is it?
Is it actually 10 hours?
Yeah. The door rapidly grows into a full-size castle door that remains for 10 hours or until
Okay,
everyone leaves.
okay. The DM's gonna change something. 9 hours later, you realize that the storm outside has died. So 9
I
hours
like to
in the
make
morning.
poison.
12.
The DM is metagaming.
Yes, the DM is metagaming. 9 hours later, so it's about
It's
5
all
in the
because we
evening.
Isn't-
We
Well,
sol-
is it metagaming when the DM is the meta?
we solved his snowstorm.
Yeah. It's like, can I?
So
Or
it's like,
did you
Or, we
trigger
did,
something
or
else?
did he waste one of our resources?
Or did he waste one of the resources? So you didn't rest while
well,
in there?
it's
We can't
What?
do a second long rest in the same day if we open up the door partway through a day.
Yes, good point. Maybe that was the plan.
Oh, did we do
Nessus-
it partway through a day?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
So it was like mid-morning.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm making vials of poison and disguises and talking with my rat and the
Yes,
horses.
you can prepare that while you're in there,
Yeah.
spending those 9 hours.
So I'm gonna write down what disguises I'm making.
Yeah, you can if you want. We will say
I
that
check
you
on
have to
Bob.
roll every time you make one. You
Mm.
have to roll a performance check to see how well you make it.
Convincing it is. Okay.
I check to see if Bob's still there by knocking on the door.
you will have time to make 3 full proper ones. So I guess you create them and then you roll your disguise and just note down the number that you rolled and
I am,
for it.
yeah.
And then later when you use it, I will apply that number to whatever checks. Like to you, they're all fine and amazing. Yes, so you hear the snowstorm died out. You reckon it's about 5 p.m. in the evening. What do you wish to do?
The snowstorm's died down, so it's
Let's go out.
well, you can go
Carry
and
on.
have a look
Well,
at
yeah,
it.
let's carry
Okay,
on.
just looking and how heavy was the snowfall during this?
Very, as far as you know.
So like, is the road pretty much completely blanketed?
Oh,
Can't
you
see
try
it?
to open the door, you say. The door is stuck. From the outside.
It
Is there a
doesn't
gap
matter.
underneath the door?
Nope.
Can I make like a strength check to like?
You may try,
Try
to
and
force
push it
the
open?
door open.
It doesn't matter.
Because it ejects us.
But
Yeah.
wait, here's the thing though. If we are ejected
Yeah.
while this thing is completely, buried in snow, where's the space for us to be ejected?
I believe Aisha has figured something out.
Yeah,
Just
We're not
magically
gonna
spits us out.
Fucking splat, are we?
possibly. If we
How
all-
long does polymorph last?
Oh, an hour. It's already over,
Oh, it's already over, so you got 4 full-size horses with you as well.
and
Yeah.
you don't have the spell slots to force them out. I think.
I do.
You may roll a strength check.
Yeah.
So it's not a strength saving throw, it's just a strength check.
I do.
21.
I've got
Damn.
2 5th level and 2 6th.
John
Okay.
flexes his muscles and pushes hard at the door, and he manages to force his way out. Outside, because he sees outside first, he sees the snowstorm has stopped, but the door is wrapped with vines and half buried under the snow.
Wrapped with vines.
I think someone tried to steal our door.
What?
I'm.
So when you shut the door, so the door open, we'll say open outwards, which makes life easier. It opened outwards, and when you shoved it through, you broke some vines that were wrapped around the door.
I'd like to skillfully
and-
try and cut the vines off.
I just
Okay.
want to
He's
say
out there.
He's out at the doorway, so
Oh,
he
I-
lets you pass.
I just wanted to see if I can see.
It's an
the
external
sky,
door,
are we,
right?
like completely submerged in.
No.
external door.
So you have the
normally
door,
open inward.
and about the snow is about half the height of the door, so we'll say
It's
waist high.
about waist high.
Just saying.
Oh.
And you
okay.
have forced it open so that it's open enough to get out and a gap in the snow. So you go out in the thick waist high snow, and there's some vines that were around the door that you just kind of snapped with your great strength of 21.
That wasn't there.
Also broken the door because it's not.
Okay, yeah,
external
I'll
doors
wait
are-
out. I'll wait out.
Oh, he didn't break the doorway. So what do you wish to do?
I'll-
It's
I'll
a two-way door.
Wait out in the snow
We
a
just-
few meters just to.
Yep, you wait out in the snow.
It
A
just
few
says
meters.
push
The
pull.
snow is fresh, so it's not very packed in. You manage to kind of just stroll out, and you
Oh,
can
yeah.
see the road in, we'll say, a little bit further off. Like you kind of know where you are.
I'm going because I was trying to get out before. I'll
Yes.
go right after him and look at what are these vines that seemingly wrapped around the door.
Make a nature check.
19.
Kevin's like, damn it.
I'm
Well-
actually asking the appropriate questions.
Yeah, it's asking the perfect questions.
How to out meta the
How
meta.
to explain?
It's about doing logical roleplay.
Yes.
Pubic vines.
Examining the
It's the vagina of a monster.
the torn leaves, examining the torn leaves of the vines, you realize this is a type of meat-eating carnivorous plant.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Oh.
massive Venus flytraps.
I would take a wide circle, look on the back side of the door and see if there's something attached to there.
So you struggle through to the back side of the door. So the rest of you are still in the room, except John, who's gone a little bit ahead.
I'm gonna fly over the snow because I can just.
Oh, you
run
fly
with-
over the snow, so you
Yeah.
actually fly.
Sasha will go outside.
Yeah,
I'm popping out.
just to keep myself
Okay.
off the snow.
You go around the back of the door and you do not see anything. So it's still clear.
Okay.
It's still half buried, the door.
So
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
vines
you
up
circle,
there.
yeah. The vines were wrapped up, but you only just see broken vines on the front of the door where John.
Can you just pull and follow those vines? There might be something in the snow.
Is the sun out?
Yes, the sun is
I
out.
use my magnifying glass to try and heat away the snow around the door.
That'll take a while.
Yeah.
You pull out your magnifying glass. After a few rounds, you realize it's not really doing
Aw.
much.
Sasha makes a snowball and throws
You're
it
better
down.
off lighting a torch and holding that to the.
I've got
Where
one
is
of those.
Urbag currently?
Well, I'd go
Literally
with-
underneath the snow moving through, and all you can see is like the
Have you left the room?
cliff
Yeah.
The comet.
pile
You're taking the horses with you.
No, they stay in the room.
until they get
So the horses are staying in the room
They'll get ejected in like an hour, right?
until they get ejected in an
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Given.
How violently is this
And
ejection?
then the GM rolls.
And then the
It's
GM
just a.
rolls.
It's just a.
You're out
I
now.
think that's what the.
As you kind of leave the door and walk a couple of paces, suddenly something grabs Sasha around the ankle and pulls her under the snow.
Okay.
Sasha, make a strength check.
12.
As Sasha is grabbed,
Yes.
I grab
So you
her
just see
ankle.
like a yell. You're not close enough to Sasha where she was grabbed.
Can I not like jump and... I'm very
you
acrobatic.
can try. You can make a dexterity check.
Can I make an acrobat roll? Dexterity.
Oh, so this is happening right as I was asking John to go pull at the vines.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
This feels like the trash
This one?
compactors.
Yeah, I thought about Star Wars as well.
Yes.
Where's my dexterity?
It's almost
Keep
as
it
It's
if
not. What is your dexterity?
Where's my dexterity?
At the top.
It should be like
Oh, yeah.
plus 5 or something.
Honestly,
Yeah,
these
plus
should
5.
be flipped.
Yeah.
23.
A 23. You managed to grab onto her hand. So what do you roll for your strength check?
12.
I'll give you a bonus for Damal providing like
I don't care if I
pulling
get pulled.
force. Yeah.
It's interesting. Pull me.
You get pulled. However, it is not strong enough to overcome.
I let go. When realizing my efforts are futile.
You find yourself dragged under the snow in a random direction, so you are not sure where you are. They could probably see if they make perception
I could
check.
probably write because I would have watched
Yeah,
him
you
go.
would have watched. But you, Sasha, you find yourself pulled and you're kind of disoriented because you're actually buried within the snow. You find yourself grappled beneath the snow. So this round you'll be grappled and you'll be taking some damage.
John doesn't notice this though.
You could roll a perception check if Sasha decides to yell
No,
out.
can I just voluntarily fail?
You can if you want.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
just
have
want to say that John doesn't notice because he's. Yeah.
You didn't know
Uh,
Sasha being pulled under the snow.
Yes.
No.
Are you immune to poison in any way?
Right as I was pointing at
You may take
that
16
exact
points of
area,
poison
going,
damage.
look at the vines.
Were you?
Yes, I was actually asking you that.
A
Oh.
vine has constricted itself around you and you are grappled. You may, at later turns, make either a strength check or an escape check to
Or something
Escape.
else that
Oh,
I
Yeah.
Can I roll perception then to see? Because apparently it was pointed out to me that Sasha was pulled in the canal.
Yes,
Oh, yeah. I was literally pointing at the door and the vines. Hey, can you go pull at the vines? I think there's something under the snow.
Okay.
You are aware that Sasha has suddenly disappeared down the snow, but you have no idea in what direction he's gone. Initiative for this section will not matter, so you guys can act in order. However, you may only take like effectively one round of action each. Like you can't.
I'm gonna go investigate.
double,
I want to
yeah.
know what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you investigate where Sasha disappeared.
Has gone, yeah.
Roll an investigation roll.
1.
Nat 1.
The best you can tell.
No idea.
The
I look
best.
behind me.
The
see
best you can
party.
tell, there is something dodgy about the vines, and you think something has caught onto Sasha and dragged her in.
Okay.
Yeah. Beyond that, you do not
Even
know.
though I grabbed her and everything, my nat one just screwed it.
I
I'm
call out.
suddenly
There's a
blind.
man-eating plant under the door, guys.
But Sasha's a woman.
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
the two that are visible.
Is there anything else you wish to do?
Me and plants are friends or something. Oh no, I had the option to take a plant spell, didn't I?
Okay, I will ready my bow and arrow just to see if anything pops up from under the snow.
Sure.
Okay.
Rebecca and
Can I?
John.
Oh, that's alright. I'll let them go. It's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
I'll do an investigation to see if I can figure out
Okay.
what's happening because I just saw Sasha disappear and I don't know. 6.
The best you can guess is Sasha was pulled westward towards away from the door. You can't tell how far away. You think you see movement in the snow in that direction. Under snow, like there's something there.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, it's still John's turn.
No, I'm done this. That's all
Oh,
I'm
okay.
What's your question?
Investigation, would that use my action?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you're doing like a specific.
Like a search, you're spending time to search and
I've
look
used my
for stuff.
action. Yeah.
Yes.
So basically, what I want to do
Mm-hmm.
is grab my wand of scorching ray from my bag
Yes.
and use it.
Yes, you can.
Because I can use a move to grab it, or it's a free
It's
action. to
part of
grab
your
it.
action to
So
draw
it's
it
part
out.
of your action.
Okay.
Oh wait, is it in your bag of holding?
Yeah.
No, then there's a whole action to retrieve it, because you have to.
Think about it.
The bag of holding has to actually spend time to give it to you.
It's not a handy haversack.
Yeah.
A handy haversack.
It's an
is
action
a
to retrieve
small,
anything, but
hold to
it's an action to retrieve anything from the bag of
I
holding.
haven't to do it.
What do you wish to do? You can retrieve your wand of scorching ray. That you
As
think
an
that
action.
that would melt quite a lot of snow if you were to kind of laser from where you're
Yeah.
standing.
I just want to double check the other thing. I'm sure I have a thing that can do some stuff.
All right. Meanwhile, we'll go to Sasha. Sasha, you're being wrapped around with vines and you are grappled. What do you wish to do?
subtly cast Dimension Door.
Make a concentration check.
It's not a concentration.
How does it work
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're being grappled?
Well, okay.
Yeah. You're trying to cast with a grapple.
Okay, unless it has somatic components, grapple might prevent that, so he might not have hands free,
I get around that by using the subtle feature.
which removes all verbal and somatic components, so he can just think about the spell and it'll occur.
Okay. You are allowed to cast it then.
I cast it and appear behind Jean.
Now, if something is hanging on to him, does it also appear behind John?
That is very likely.
Yes.
So, because let me just
Because
double check.
it transports you and
Yeah, and the thing that he's carrying, or technically this thing is wrapped around him, so it would transport him as
But
well.
how much of the vines would it?
Well, you don't know. It
pretty
hasn't
sure-
Does it
happened
cut
yet.
the vine
No,
off?
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it has to make a saving throw.
It has to make a saving throw.
because if it's not, if
Oh,
it
wait,
doesn't,
no.
if it's not willing,
Yeah,
Is it-
what
yeah.
is it doing?
If it's a willing creature, it just goes with him.
Mm-hmm.
If it's unwilling, then well, it has to be brought through it. So if technically Dimension Door
Yeah,
is
it
like
doesn't
a,
teleport. You have to kind of
you
pull
can cast
it in.
through. Yeah.
You teleport yourself from your current location to any other spot within range.
Is it not a door you have to walk through?
That's one way of theming it anyway. You can bring one willing creature of your size or smaller who is carrying
Okay,
gear up to its
What if the
capacity.
creature is unwilling? Can it
Does it just not come?
go?
Then it just won't go through. Like, as in he can't force it through.
Yeah.
And I'm not choosing to take it with me.
I've always thought of Dimension Door in our
It's like a new.
games is like in Harry Potter or in where they go.
I will actually make a roll to see
That's
whether
more
it-
like
because
like actual teleport.
it's dumb
No,
and it's
but
acting on
it's-
instinct. So whether it
it's-
continues hanging on to you and following you through,
That's
or whether it lets you go. It continues hanging on to you because it is hungry. Both you and the vines, you are still grappled, of course.
But like
Up
Claire said,
here.
do they get cut off? I mean, how much of the
If I
vines
could
get
sit you on my lap, I
transported
would.
through?
It's okay.
I was gonna imagine the vines as kind of like an octopus, and it's now wrapped around Shay.
Then in that
okay.
case, the
So the
most
whole
logical thing to say
octopus
it
goes
goes with him.
Yeah, it will go with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely use my action to pull out this Wonder Scorching Ray.
Okay. There's a pop, and suddenly something heavy appears behind you, John. You have no idea what it is. What does Urbag wish to do?
Does that let me use my reaction? I was waiting for something to appear.
You're waiting for something to appear. Yes, we'll say it does.
Okay, well, okay. Just finish
What's your
describing it,
reaction?
then
Yeah.
I'll react.
Yeah. So I have it.
Alright.
That there's a pop, and there's this struggle and a mess of things. You see, like Sasha struggling, kind of wiggling around the snow.
And,
She hasn't tried to escape from the grapple yet.
but
She has this cast a spell.
okay, so I
so
can.
you can react,
I
and then Urbag takes his turn for this round.
thing I was saying I was doing was my bow and arrow, so I guess I'll shoot it at the thing that is wrapped around Sasha.
Sure, you may make an attack roll.
Is it an animal or is it a plant?
It is a plant.
P-land.
The way we use it.
You can shoot
Okay.
into something being grappled. Like,
Yeah.
Is there penalties or anything?
So long as
You've got sharpshooter, don't you?
yeah, sharpshooter. I ignore all cover, and that includes cover created by a creature.
Okay. Make a roll.
26.
26 will hit it.
Okay,
Roll
because
damage.
because I hit with an arrow,
Mhm.
I can apply an arcane shot to it.
You may.
So I'm gonna.
So this is after you.
I can decide when I hit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna apply banishing shot. So
Mhm.
in addition to my damage, which is a D8, so I deal 13 points of piercing damage. I
Yes.
make it do a charisma saving throw, or else it gets banished for a round.
a charisma saving throw, and otherwise it gets banished for a round.
How charismatic is the plant?
Not. What's your DC?
14.
It is not charismatic enough.
So it gets completely disappears.
Yes.
And it'll reappear at the end of its next turn.
All right.
So
It disappears, and it will reappear in the same spot
same spot, yes.
at the end of
But-
its next turn.
Yeah, but conditions and things like grapple don't carry over.
Okay, fair enough.
So you're free.
You are now free, Sasha, but you're still kind of lying prone in a pile of snow behind John.
I-
Jon Snow.
I,
Never mind.
I playfully made a snow angel.
Perfect.
So you've done your reaction now. This is the start of a new round. You can all act in whatever order you want. You each have an action or move.
And
And
the
a
thing's
move.
still at large, right?
It will reappear back in one round. You
Yeah.
don't know this because you've never seen Aisha use this ability before. For you know, it could be gone for an hour.
I guess it'll be back in a moment.
Oh, I guess John will just help Sasha to her feet.
Yep.
So reach down and
You reach down and help Sasha to her feet. We'll say that just takes a move. You still have an action.
I don't really have any actions because we're perfectly fine.
Can
now.
I remain
Sure.
wary?
Sorry?
Can I remain wary?
Yeah, you can.
And as like a wary action, summon like, I don't know, 8 wolves or something?
That's
I'm wary.
Man, I didn't think this one thing would drain you guys so much.
No.
Like, someone used Dimension Door, Polymorph's gone,
It's fun though.
summon wolves, a banishing shot.
I can make
For
those.
one shitty assassin vine? Sure.
No,
One spell slot?
I'm very sure the party that
Yes.
we're absolutely fine. There's no need to worry about anything.
Completely no need to worry about anything.
I
You wish to
don't
summon,
trust this
do you
guy.
wish to summon wolves?
They're friendly. So yeah, why not? We could have some wolves on
Sure.
our trip.
You summon some friendly wolves.
Yeah, conjure animals.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you use conjure animals.
Yeah.
They appear and then they're very surprised as they sink into the snow and are now submerged below waist height. They're in there. They start to whine. They're around you
Yeah.
because you have summoned them and are therefore their
I
master.
pet them, they okay.
Yes, but they're all kind of like in the
They're
snow.
making that noise.
Okay. I'll just Sasha. I'll move away from that spot. I'll ready my action to take 2 shots at it when it reappears.
Okay.
But we don't know it's going to.
I said it comes
Well,
back in a
he
moment.
Technically said it comes back in a moment.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We're left with Urbag and Sasha. What do you wish to do? You are on your feet now.
And you're performing the action on it.
No, I was the last.
Oh, it doesn't matter now because we're all taking
I'm-
it as a group.
I have my Wand of Scorching Ray,
Yes.
so I hold and ready in action. Hold in
Yeah,
action?
ready.
Ready in action.
So when it reappears,
to
the
shoot it.
thing. Yeah. Okay. Sasha.
I will stand behind her bag
Okay.
and ready a firebolt.
And ready a fireball.
Wowzers.
It's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip, not fireball.
Hey,
Alright, so it reappears at the end of its turn, not your turn.
no, its turn. It's the end of its turn.
Okay, so it reappears at the end of its turn. It doesn't do anything. It's quite confused and it starts kind of feeling around because it does have some sort of blind sense. But it does not make any attacks or actions this turn. Back to.
But
it's not,
no, our
it's not
reactions.
attacking.
Oh yeah, your
Our
reactions. Yeah,
reactions.
sure.
13 damage.
Aw.
For fireball, no saves.
No, make attack roll. Fireball has an attack roll.
It
I just
should
want
have-
to talk to it. Is
You
it
can
sentient?
try after they have shot it with
Aw.
fire.
Okay,
18 on the
anyways.
dice.
18 on dice.
Alright.
It hits. And how much damage?
13.
Sorry?
13.
13 damage as well.
Okay, I will make my attack. I will activate my sharpshooter for these attacks.
Yep.
So, the low roll is 17,
Hits.
and the high roll is much higher.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so that is 23 and math 26 damage.
20 piercing?
Yep.
Okay.
FYI, my wolves are snow wolves. Like, they're
Yes.
hardy as.
They are.
There's actually something. There's a specifically named creature called a winter wolf, and it's like the wolf version of a dragon.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Obviously, that's not what you
Your
have.
scorching rays.
It fires 3 rays
3 rays,
And
so
I
it's
have to roll
3
a
separate
ranged
attacks.
attack.
Yep.
for each.
Anyway.
First one is a 2.
A 2 does not hit, you miss, and you melt some snow, creating a cloud of steam. What's your second roll?
Oh shit.
4.
More steam is created, obscuring the area.
You're going to create an explosion.
17.
17.
Plus your...
We'll say it
plus.
hits because we just
The
say
one might have its own spell attack bonus.
It
Check-
doesn't.
Usually they would say.
That should be using a bonus.
It just says range attack.
it doesn't matter. The 17.
Oh, then usually.
Range spell attack.
Because we'll say the lasers all came out at the same time, so it's not affected by the obscuring that you put it through. Will damage.
2d6.
Yep.
4.
4 damage. Can I have Sasha and Urbek roll perception checks, please?
11.
11 tells you nothing.
Also
Urbek.
11.
Also 11 tells you nothing. There is now a cloud of steam obscuring mist, effectively, around the vines.
Do we have the door back?
No.
The door is still there. He hasn't closed it yet.
The door closes itself unless we choose to close it.
Yeah.
So it stays
So
there.
It's
So it's
open and it's
closed.
there. Yeah.
It's got
No,
the
open.
horses in it, so I don't think I'd close it with
Yeah.
something that's attacking us. And if this combat takes an hour, which I also don't think it would,
It probably won't.
they'll get ejected.
Right, but do you get your door back? Because it's covered in vines. At the moment.
So
It
you have
mi-
all done
miniaturize
It
your-
just shrinks down.
Oh, okay.
That was
you've all
our
done
reaction.
your reaction attacks. Now it's your actual turn.
So there's a cloud of steam.
Yeah, there's a cloud of steam that he's done. Effectively, it's counted as an obscuring mist because he's lasered the snow.
Do we
So
kill
it,
it?
it's just sitting around with a shot, right?
Yeah.
I wish to use Druidcraft. That would be my action to create a puffs of wind to blow out the steam.
Sure. So it's an action.
Yeah, it's an action.
Okay. It blows away the steam easily. Like there's nothing
Yeah.
that stops it.
Yeah. So here you guys go. You guys now don't have obscured vision.
You
Thanks,
see a
Ben.
terribly angry assassin vine there.
Assassin vibe.
I'll fly
Well,
up.
that's
Actually,
actually
I'll
what
fly
it's
up 10 feet.
You fly up 10 feet. So your total height is now 10 feet.
Well, I guess because I was flying before, let's say
Yeah.
20 feet.
Okay, your total height is 20 feet. Sure. What the rest of you do?
How damaged does it look?
Yeah. Well, you guys do that. I'm gonna take away out to pee. That's why. she's
Surprisingly, not very.
Surprisingly not very.
Yes.
Okay. I will
He looks
cast...
angry, but he's
I will
not.
cast Bane.
What is
Why are you
Bane?
attacking it? Talk to it. Remember how we said at the beginning?
Three
and that's what
creatures
we
of
did?
your choice that you can see, there's only one,
Yeah.
must make a charisma saving throw.
Off. Number?
It's 15.
15. It does not pass. It is not charismatic enough.
Funny that. Whenever the target fails that saving throw, it makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell. It must roll a d4 and subtract that number from the roll. So whenever it tries to
Yeah,
attack,
whenever it tries to attack
or make a saving roll.
or make a saving roll, I roll a d4 and it'll subtract
Yeah.
from there. Sure. Urban John.
Can John see?
Yeah, you
the-
can see it because the cloud of steam has been blown away and you can now see it kind of just wiggling there
By Diron.
like a strange plant octopus thing.
How close is John?
John is about, we'll say 10 feet away.
Okay.
You could easily step in and attack with it.
Can I draw my weapon and then cast a spell?
Depends on the spell. If the spell says as a bonus action, yes.
Yeah, it is a bonus.
Then you can bonus action, spell, walk in, and action attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will draw my weapon,
Mm-hmm.
my next instruction, and I'll cast.
A bright light erupts as you grip the handle firmly.
You grip the shaft firmly, please.
Yes. Sorry. Sharp.
Well, naturally.
Caressing its girth.
Sleep
Gentle
forms.
curves
Moving along.
as the leather tightens in your hand.
I'm gonna cast compelled duel.
It heats up.
What? What's compel?
You attempt to compel a creature into a duel.
Yes.
One v one me, bro. 1v1 me. Come at me.
Wait, what restrictions?
The
I
glove
think
has
you
been
need some sort of
thrown.
intelligence for that, doesn't it?
I
The
challenge you to a duel.
Like, doesn't he need to understand you?
There's been so much.
One creature that you can see within
Yeah.
range must make a wisdom saving throw.
It doesn't need to understand you. It's just like a.
No, but it could be like mind affecting.
He's just like,
Yeah.
It's-
Exactly.
No restrictions?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
No,
A
yeah.
wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
What is your spell save DC?
I can calculate that.
It should be a
it's
box
It's,
there
it's underneath
somewhere.
your phone.
Yeah, it's on your phone.
15.
15.
15.
Haha, it is wise enough to ignore your challenges.
Fucking
He tried to
fuck.
duel the assassin vine. I rolled an 18
I'm
plus
sticking.
its wisdom.
That is all then.
Well, the thing is, you still have an action if your duel is a.
Oh, so that
bonus.
was only a bonus action.
Yeah. So you got your action.
No combat can.
I may as well. I mean,
Oh, this
No
one
combat.
doesn't really. It just,
Yeah.
What do you wish to do?
do I still have like an action to like move?
you can
and
just
then,
hit it.
Can
You still have a move and you still have an action.
Oh well, I may as well just hit it then.
Go ahead.
Your attack bonus is underneath your phone again.
It should be under
Yeah.
there somewhere.
It's still
there?
Oh,
yeah.
13.
Sorry. 13 total. You attempt to kind of smash the leaves to the ground. However, all you end up doing is just
You have 2 attacks.
pounding the dirt.
No,
you have
no.
more than one attack.
No,
I'm
no.
sure you.
No, you should.
Yeah,
you
you
should
should
extra
have.
attack.
You
That's
have-
a feature.
yeah,
you
you
get.
have extra attack.
Well, fuck you. Okay.
So you've got 2 attacks around.
I wrote that sheet.
Shay's like,
That's
I-
pre-written on that sheet.
It is 2.
Okay, that's better.
That will hit.
That is 23.
That will hit.
Shay's like,
And
I read
smite.
all the characters.
I'm just
all the time.
re-familiarizing
no,
myself.
that's,
Yes, that's
one.
fine.
That's one. How
Does your
Um,
smite only work on evil?
No, it works on anything.
anything.
Oh, smite works on anything
Yeah,
now.
it, and
Sure.
it does extra on undead and fiends.
Okay.
Okay, I'll-
Choose your spell slot.
Well, I may as well use it at level 3 just for funsies.
Burning some big shit.
So
Kevin's like one
two-
little
wait.
tiny plant.
It's
One
a-
little tiny plant has drained so
Well,
much
it
resource.
survived like 60 damage just from me.
Wait, so it's an extra 2d8.
And then every extra level gets an extra d8.
I don't have that many d8s.
Good thing I do. How many do you need?
Another 2?
Okay, while he's
Yeah.
figuring out his dice, just going to mention earlier with my bonus action, I just want to make this guy my Slayer's
Plus
Prey.
4, plus
It's just a
5.
ranger feature that gives me extra
Yeah, it
damage.
gives extra damage until it dies or you switch it.
Yeah.
And I get to re-roll
Any one.
1s or 2s.
Which you don't have.
Which you don't. Oh, you do have
It's a
one.
good. Oh, that's a good roll though.
10,
That's a good roll.
24, 28, 35?
35 total.
Oh, plus 4.
So
39.
39. What type of damage is smite? Radiant?
Radiant, yeah.
You smash through the vines, tearing them apart. It almost like over killing it in some way, and it's just destroyed. It's like until it stops moving. You just continue on until it's dead. So what I asked you to roll your perception checks earlier for was to actually notice that it was resistant to fire.
Ah, that makes sense.
So the fire wasn't actually affecting it as much as you thought. Yeah, so you've defeated your first enemy of the campaign. Some assassin vine.
Doom vibe.
This is why I'm not a vegetarian.
And this is also why we overextended.
Yes.
It's the first enemy. We've got to go big.
Oh yeah.
Go
Go
big
big
or
or
go
go home.
So,
Personal jinx.
we should stop there because
not
the
playing this
next
game.
part is also quite lengthy.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. And with their triumph over the deadly and nefarious assassin vine, we close today's
And I've
tonight's adventure
I've got like 8
until
wolves
next time.
as my friends.
For an hour.
And
for an
8
hour.
more wolves as your friends for an hour.
Yay.
Can we just, before we go into the next thing, can we just presume that the hour passes, the horses get ejected
Yeah,
without
sure.
having to use everything?
Do they need to be able to fit through
I'm
the
gonna take
door?
my 8 wolves
No,
into
it just
the next
ejects.
It just
adventure.
kicks anything alive out.
It just goes,
Yeah.
like the door shrinks down and everything goes.
I mean, we could just tell the horses to come out there, right? I mean,
No,
we could just-
No,
last
they don't
last
fit in the
adventure.
door.
oh.
Last adventure, we tried the whole thing of pushing the horses in through, and we
Oh yeah, they
established-
needed to be small to get in.
yeah
I
we
mean, we
established canon that horses can't fit through the door.
I mean, we could like get them to like kneel down on their like.
It's
No,
the,
we tried everything.
it's the physical
Rob was
width.
pushing it, and it didn't work.
The physical width of a horse is wider than the door.
Yes.
How
They-
small is the door?
They're girthy. And no,
They
it's a
pack
normal
But
It's
it's
a
more
very-
how big are the horses.
I mean,
you've seen a horse, right?
No.
Oh.
Well,
horses
I
are
want to
huge.
say that door is slightly
It's-
shorter than
it's-
that.
I mean, a horse could fit through that door.
No,
Easily.
it would be hard. It would be hard for that horse to get through that door.
Some
No way.
horses
They
can
got
be
booty.
almost as wide as a TV.
horses have got booty.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What
Yeah, in the
fucking
back.
horses have
Yeah.
you been?
Fucking
Ice
pack
houses.
horses.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some horses are fucking huge.
You get the
Anyway, I thank you all for your amusing time.
Please continue this debate. We'd be much interested.
Whether horses can fit through doors.
Yeah, if you want to add to the debate,
Find the fattest horse you can and weigh in.
Actually, yeah. Maybe you should make that like a
a
theme.
poll,
A poll, yeah. Like
put a poll on Facebook. Can horses fit through doors?
I think we should make that. Yeah.
Yeah.
How fat are
Actually,
the horses in
look
our
at this.
campaign?
Okay.
Yeah. Look.
Look, that person's almost fully
I feel bad
extended.
because there's no
Okay, well, that's-
actual
that's
major
ridiculous.
encounter.
That's
This was
it.
just a side thing.
Yeah. Just quickly.
Like days would pass until something else happens.
welcome to my life.
Yeah.
Quickly. Thank you all for watching.
Could just troll
Please,
you guys and
please follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, like on Facebook.
Burly man.
That's
look
a
at that horse.
fucking
We'll see you
ridiculous
next time.
horse. Have you
Thanks
got-
everyone. See ya.
thank
Thanks,
you.
bye.
Thanks, man.